back again on Africa Talk on Revelation Online TV with Akewande Hepzibah speaking. And in fact, as we're saying, yes, you do know the music is so fantastic. I was like, wow, what are they singing? It's early. I can't understand any of it.
Well, Xavier Naidoo, as I said, he's an R&B musician, singer, and the text is essentially the same thing you would hear probably from our brothers and sisters who speak R&B back home in Nigeria.
Wow, that's really nice. So tell me, if I want to say I love the music entirely, I love it so much in a German, how can I put it?
Ich mag Musik. Ich mag die Musik.
Ich mag the music. Oh, okay, I want to say now, ich mag the music.
Dankeschön, ich auch.
Oh, that's nice. Really, it's a nice song entirely. I really love it. Ich mag the music. I love it so much. Okay, so I wanted to tell us something about. I read about you that you wrote a column to African Heritage magazine about you titled it "Letter from Germany." Can you tell us something about that?
In I believe 2006, I ran into a gentleman who Nigerian. He was a publisher of a magazine called The African Heritage, and I met him in Hamburg, in Germany, and he invited me essentially to start contributing to a column, articles for his magazine, which then appeared once every 2 months. And I took the inspiration from an Englishman. His name is Alistair Cook. He died about 8 years ago, and he used to run a column on the BBC called Letter from America.
Wow.
And so, based on that, I decided to come up with the title for this column, Letter from America.
Wow. Were you close with this man, this white man?
No, I mean, as a radio listener, I was quite close to him, so to say.
Okay.
But
So I can just rather say it's your mentor in writing, or is your inspirator?
Yes, I find him quite inspiring, really. So he did have certainly an impact on my choice
Your
of
influence.
exactly.
That's nice. So, in this life now that we have, do you think that success, to have a success, it is in a quick way? As in, do you think that is there anything like a quick success in this life?
Yeah, it's a hard. What should I say? Success is the root of all, or honesty, the root of all success, I would say.
How can I, for example, now if I want to say I love the music, how can I put it?
In German or in English?
In German.
In German. Ich mag die Musik.
Ich mag the music.
Yeah.
Ich mag the music.
Ich mag die Musik.
Wow, ich mag the music.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. So it's really, it's really fantastic and it sounds very enticing. I love it so much. Yeah, so welcome back again to Africa Talk on Revelation Online TV with Akewande Hepzibah speaking. So here we have again. What can you say? I read about you in some in the magazine of African Heritage. That's the time you wrote a column to African Heritage magazine. You titled it "Letter from Germany."
Yeah.
Can you tell us something about it?
I started writing this column in 2006, and it came about based on invitation from the publisher of this magazine. The magazine is headquartered in Hamburg. I met the gentleman who published the magazine, and he invited me to contribute articles on a regular basis to the magazine. I then decided to do that, and I chose the topic Letter from Germany. And the inspiration behind this topic is from an English gentleman called Alistair Cook. He used to contribute each week to the BBC World Service then. He died about 8 years ago, so that's the history behind that.
Wow, you said Alistair Cook. Is this man your mentor or is he your inspirator? What can you say about him?
I would say in a certain way, he did inspire me to be able to write, and the quality of the writing certainly is affected by my constant listening of Alistair Cook's
Wow.
letters and broadcasts from the BBC.
Wow, that's nice. So, in this life in Egypt now, as we are, you can know, we got to know many things about our people in Egypt. So, what can you say? Does it mean that is there anything like quick success in this our life? Like, what can you say to our people here? Does it mean that to have a success, we have to be very quick? Is there anything like quick success?
Not really. I would say that honesty is the root of all success in life, while sincerity is the bridge to life harmony. And so, success comes from hard work. It comes from being honest. It comes from focusing. It comes from understanding your environment. It comes from believing in yourself. It comes from reaching out to other people. It comes from blessing other people. And success is not easy, I would say.
Wow. So, as what can you say about our African in Egypt? I mean, foreigners, mostly blacks in Egypt. Do you have anything to say about our people here in Egypt?
Well, I mean, what can I say? We are in diaspora. We are not at home.
Yes.
And it's not easy to live outside your home. I have to say that.
Yes.
The pressure to survive is enormous. And if one is not steadfast, one could easily deviate from, so to say, the proper path, veer onto the path of mischief. My advice, of course, to our people here is to keep your path straight, keep your hands straight, show honesty in all you do, no matter how painful the situation might be. Remain steadfast in honesty, and work hard. Very important. Work hard. Make yourself trustworthy, and I'm surprised how success would fall upon you.
Wow. Thank you. So, can you tell us? Can you compare and contrast life in Nigeria? You're from Igbo side, and so life in Nigeria compare with the life in Egypt. I mean, in Germany. What can you say about life in Nigeria with life in Germany?
Of course, it is different in certain ways, and there are similarities. I have to say, similarities in the sense that you encounter people on the streets, and if you're warm to people in Nigeria, you'll be warm to people in Germany. It's as simple as that. Of course, there are social difficulties people encounter in Nigeria. Our, so to say, the fact that we are still a developing nation can make living in Nigeria difficult. But it's not all rosy in Germany. There are difficulties in Germany as well. Difficulties for Germans, difficulties for foreigners, and sometimes everything boils down to you as an individual. The choices you make, the decisions you make, these are things that would, in certain ways, influence the quality of life you live.
Thank you. So, what about life in Germany with life in Egypt?
Again, there are differences and similarities. I have to say, life in Germany is, it's highly regulated. I would say there are lots of regulations, and people naturally fall into line where those regulations have to apply. In Egypt, of course, there are regulations, and oftentimes people have difficulties trying to follow those regulations. I mean, even simple regulations as traffic rules, it's difficult to obey those rules. And but in terms of human interaction, I would say people here, the warmth people show to themselves here in Egypt is slightly warmer than the kind of warmth who show to themselves in Germany.
Wow, thank you very much. So, what would you like to say to our people, our way of living, and our people's way of living in Egypt? What do you have to say about it?
What I can say is circumstances have brought us out here, and those circumstances can be painful. Those circumstances can be comfortable to deal with, or whatever it is that you are doing. Again, I say that be honest in all you do. Work hard. Be your brother's keeper. Be your sister's keeper if you can. And try to integrate. I know it's not easy, but try to integrate, because integration could make life a lot easier. And don't forget home. Don't forget people at home. Some of them need you. Some of them you need them. And try to form your support network here. All the tribal issues we deal with at home, please don't practice them here. Very important. If you practice them, it becomes difficult to be successful. And remember where you come from. Don't forget where you come from.
Thank you very much. So, lastly, you as the best man of the year in 2011 in Germany, right? In Germany.
Yes.
So, in the German Institute as engineering, is it mechanical engineering? So tell us about it. How do you reach this level? As in being out of 100 people, you're the best out of 100 pigmates in the institute. So tell us about it. How do you reach this?
Well, I think a lot has to do with when individuals distinguish themselves. Within the German society, you have to be good at what you do before you occupy any position within a German career structure. And oftentimes when foreigners come into Germany, and Central Europe for that matter, the tendency is to place themselves in career positions where the show of intellectual power is less. Germany is a very challenging society. It's challenging in terms of the social structure. It's challenging in terms of the labor structure. And if you do survive there, you do actually distinguish yourself, whether you're German or foreigner. If you survive within the German labor structure, then you deserve to be rewarded. That's what I can say.
Thank you very much, sir. So lastly, what would you have to when we invited you here, what was your impression?
Frankly, I didn't know what to expect. I have to say that. I didn't know what kind of questions would be asked. And I thought the interview would be purely script-wise. In other words, I say something and you write down what I say. I didn't know there would be a camera here today. And but I have to say that I'm quite delighted that we have this opportunity to hold this interview, and that you're able to do what you do. I have to say that I mean, my impression is that you do have yourself also focused on the on journalism as a profession. Whatever it takes to refine those qualities, whatever it takes to project yourself, especially within our African community, we'll do it.
So lastly, what would you like to say to the Quest for Destiny watching us at home? For the young Quest for Destiny.
Okay, for the young kids, yeah. Well, for the young people, the world is a lot different today than it was when I grew up. There are lots of conveniences today. There are lots of opportunities for you today as well. Keep your eyes open, have confidence in yourself, study hard, study hard, study hard. Do not fight to be number one. Just be yourself and be the best at whatever you do. Whether you are ranked as number one or number two or number 10, just give whatever you do, give it your best. And above all, be honest, be sincere, make yourself trustworthy, and you'll be surprised.